Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Jana Talk podcast. I'm happy to see you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Have you ever felt back pain or really pain in your body that you couldn't move properly? Sincerely, me, I was suffering with back pain for almost 5 years, and it was crazy because I cannot move my body in the morning when I wanted just to wash my face. It was crazy. You definitely know this feeling when your body doesn't move the way you want to. And today we will speak about a very important topic which can help any of us, any of you who are watching or listening to this episode. And these are secrets of healthy back, because when you have a healthy back, your posture is also better. And also you feel better because you have more energy. So it's more important than we realize when we are younger and when we don't know about this much. Please welcome my today's guest, who is really amazing. He has over 30 years of experience. He is a chartered physiotherapist, as I have mentioned, with over 30 years of experience. He is also owner of Breakspeare Clinics in UK. In Chipping, Norton, Didcot and Cheltenham. And also he focuses on physiotherapy, chronic pain management, sports injuries, rehabilitation, manual therapy, kinesiotherapy and taping. And also he is a former international pole vaulter, and that's why he has also very good experience with athletes and with sports people. And he's working and helping as a certified qualified athletic coach, helping athletes and sports people to regain again balance, health and stability. Also, he offers workshops on the OptiNeck balance wedge. So please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome my today's amazing guest, Paul Wray. Hello, Paul. Very nice to see you.
Hi, Anna. Thank you. You're lovely to see you. And thank you for the invite to your podcast. No, it's great to be here.
Yes. I'm so happy that you are here. What inspired you to become a physiotherapist?
Well, I think it was probably through my own sporting activities, really. As a young boy, I was mad on football, cricket, athletics, and love to be active and play sport. And one of the things that tends to happen when you are active and involved in sport or exercise, that you pick up injuries. And I picked up a few injuries. Twisted ankles, pulled muscles, strained my back and things as a young athlete. So I went to see physios, and just was amazed at the work that they did, in terms of helping to get me moving again, get me back into sport and exercise and doing the things that I'd love to do, really. So that was very early on, when I was probably 12 or 13. I kind of first encountered physiotherapy and the benefits of it, really. And as I kind of went through school, I think I wanted to be a teacher, actually, initially, and applied to college to teach. I wanted to be a PE teacher, actually, initially. And unfortunately, I didn't get the grades, but because I was focusing on my sport, because I was competing, as you say, quite a high level at the time with my pole vaulting. I was representing England and Great Britain at various age groups as a young boy and as a teenager. And I didn't get the A levels that I wanted. So and I don't know, in the UK at the moment, children have just been getting their A-level results, and some obviously have done amazingly well. Others haven't achieved what they wanted to achieve, and therefore haven't maybe got the grades that they needed to get to university. And that was my story, basically. I didn't have the grades that I needed to get to college to study to become a PE teacher. So I decided that I would go back to school. I would resit my exams, give it another go, and in that time I kind of changed probably my career thoughts and started to think about more in other aspects of sport and exercise, and ended up doing a sports science degree initially for 3 years, which I loved, and was a great foundation for what I was then to go on to become a physio. Really, a lot of the things that I was covering on my sports science degree, the physiology, the anatomy, the biomechanics, the psychology, was all stuff that was beneficial to me when I became a physio some sort of 5 or 6 years after that, actually, because I worked for a period of time, having graduated initially, and then decided to retrain as a physio, having worked with a number of physios and still having physio myself, and deciding that was my calling. Eventually, yes, it took me about 10 years to get to that point of becoming a qualified physio after leaving school, but it's something you say I've now spent 30 years sort of doing as a career, and lots of highs and lows, as we may talk about over a period of time. But no, it's been an amazing career so far, and I'm looking forward to the next sort of chapter or so as to what my career takes me down, really.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Awesome career. And also it's really amazing that you have this experience with professional sport, because you were representing, as you've also mentioned, England and Great Britain. So you really understand any athlete or, well, any sports person really, really well, because you know what do the trainings, what do they need to have. So everything, like also that also balance is needed, not only trainings but also relaxation time.
No, that's right. You say that it's getting that balance between the exercise, the activity that you're doing, and rest periods, and the two are so important, really, to you say the overall sort of athlete and their performance. If you overtraining, you're going to pick up the injuries, you're going to fatigue mentally, physically, and therefore you're not going to be performing at your best. So the rest periods are as important as the sort of intensive work periods, really.
Yeah, absolutely, perfect. When we speak about physiotherapy, because you are owner of clinics in UK, Breakspeare, you also have a T-shirt logo I saw at the beginning. That's perfect.
Yes, I got my shirt.
So what do you see, what's the most common problem people are suffering with?
The biggest problem that we see in our clinics is back pain and neck pain. Probably makes up about 65% of the problems that we see is related to neck or backs. Sometimes symptoms may be felt elsewhere by people, so they might have arm pains or tingly sensation in hands, or tingling or numbness in legs, or pain in the legs, but that sometimes we will trace back to their neck or their back when we kind of do that deep analysis that we do when we first meet a client, a new client.
Mm-hmm. Why is it so that so many people do suffer from neck pain and back pain?
I think it's probably our lifestyles a lot of the time now. Posture plays an important role in it. A lot of us now spend time sitting, either at work or in the car, and we're maybe not sitting in the correct ways in the evenings. We may be just relaxing, sitting on sofas, which are not supporting our bodies as well as they should do. So that leads to strain on muscles and ligaments. And that then, starts to trigger that cycle of pain. So posture is definitely one of the big key factors, I think, in why people are suffering with back pain. And when we are quite sedentary a lot of the time with our jobs these days, when we do something physical, then we put our bodies under greater strain, and we might not be prepared and conditioned to do that activity. So you might say spend all week sitting in an office or a car, and then you go out the weekends and start gardening, or you do some sport activity, and your body's just not prepared for that activity, and that's how people end up kind of injuring themselves and straining muscles. And
this is crazy what you are mentioning, but totally true, because I had also like unhealthy lifestyle. I was sitting on my bum 12 hours a day for approximately 12 years, so long time. And then I started to change the habits, but still sitting a lot during the day, still nowadays. And you mentioned really good thing that sometimes often the symptoms are elsewhere than in the back, but it's connected with the back, because I remember that it started after the few years of sitting many hours a day, which I was not used to before at university. I remember that I had really huge pain on my hips. really like stiff pain, quite really hard. And then when I was
Yes.
just standing and I a little bit moved my balance, my body to the right or left side, I don't remember, I think it was on the left side. So when I just moved my body to the left side, it suddenly appeared really straight pain, which was really crazy. So
Yes.
since then, actually, I think I had the problems with my back, but I didn't realize it.
Yes, no, that's often the case. You say pains felt elsewhere in our bodies. Yeah, so different parts around, you say your hips in your case, or your legs, yeah, or down in your arms or around the shoulders and things like that. And people maybe don't realize, what the origin of the problem is actually until we start to analyze it, and we start to test different structures and look how people are moving, and feel their joints or feel their muscles. And then we start to get a clearer understanding of where these problems are coming from. And that's one of the things that I spend a lot of time doing is trying to find the root cause of problems. People may come in and say, I've got a shoulder pain, and they might just do some local massage in the area or whatever. The pain goes for a period of time, but it then reoccurs again short time later because they haven't got to the underlying cause, which is maybe that their neck joints are not moving correctly, and therefore there's more stress on that particular muscle, or they haven't addressed some of the other issues that we just talked about, postures and things, that they haven't changed their computer position, for example, on their desk. They're still sitting on a laptop with their head down, getting lots of strain around their necks and shoulders until they change that behavior. And they're not going to be free of pain, and they're not going to be any better off. They'll get temporary relief. Yeah. And that's sort of, as I say, that comes from that detailed analysis that we do when we first see a client. We spend 60 minutes with them, questioning them quite deeply about their lifestyle, about what they're doing. There might be their work related or their sporting activities, or past history of problems and injuries or illnesses, which can all be factors in why people are manifesting and coming in with certain pains and certain problems.
I've realized that there will be more topics to do, definitely. Well, also like the computer, where to put it. So we have many things to discuss today. I'm looking forward to
yes,
to it.
that's right.
Of course, also the way where you have the computer, because I would say that nowadays the majority of the problem is too much sitting, right? Not much moving of the body.
Yeah. No, that's right. I mean, it's key. Our bodies are designed for movement. Yeah. We're designed to move around, to be active. Obviously, if we kind of go back to early human existence, if you like, we were hunter-gatherers. We were out sort of trying to find our food. We were out sort of trying to find shelter and warmth and things like that. So we were active and moving around, whereas we don't have to do any of those things anymore. We get our food delivered to our doorstep. Our work is sat down in front of a computer. So those factors now are leading us to the issues in our society, really, in terms of what's going on. So exercise and activities is one of the key things that we need to be doing. To counteract the rest of our lives, really. When
you at the beginning you mentioned one thing, and that was, well, many things, but one of the things which captured my mind was that people sit Monday to Friday, let's say, and then at the weekend they do gardening, some sports activities, but the body is not used to the movements as much because Monday to Friday they didn't do activities.
Yes.
So that's actually what also I was doing in the past. So what would you recommend us? I'm saying us because I'm also in the group. It's better, but still. So what would you recommend us to do, also to implement or start implementing Monday to Friday, not only during the weekend, but or probably every day, I guess.
Yes. No, it's having a regular exercise routine, activity routine. So it might just, for some people, just be walking is enough activity. walking up and down stairs, walking around the local park or local area that you've got. So that's kind of one element of it to help with the cardiovascular system, as well as some of the muscles. And then, yes, maybe having a little exercise routine of movements and stretches and activities that, are going to strengthen certain muscles. Especially if we are sitting a lot, we need to be keeping the muscles around our backs and our abdominal area, our core muscles, if you like, nice and strong. So just having a little 5 or 10 minute routine of exercises and activities that you can do, which will strengthen those muscles. If you do them regularly, so 3 times a week, just for 10 minutes, that will make a huge difference to maintaining and improving muscle strength and helping you at the weekends. If you want to go and do some gardening, or you want to do a little bit more active exercise and things like that.
Mm-hmm. I've heard that from age of 30 or definitely 40 plus, we should focus also not only on cardio but also on the internal muscles, external and internal muscles too, because it holds the spine and the bones. What's your opinion about it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, that's right. Working those deep muscles that sit around our spine. Yeah. They're the kind of foundation of helping us maintain our posture and our alignment. And then obviously we've got the more global, the more external muscles that then provide support as well, for more strenuous activities, if you like. But underlying that, the deeper muscles around our spine are the ones that are maintaining, they're working 24/7 to keep us upright, to keep us in the right position. So we need to focus on those deeper muscles, the core muscles, the things that you might do. Pilates is a great form of exercise. It focuses in on those core deep muscles, and then kind of builds out from the inside, if you like, really. So I often recommend Pilates exercise to a lot of my clients who are coming to see me with neck and back problems. And I will show them exercise as well to start them, that little routine that I mentioned, 5 or 10 minutes that they can do on a daily basis, in order to kind of keep themselves strong. And you mentioned as we get older, we need that strength, and that's really, really key to how we function and how we manage as we get older. We tend to lose muscle mass and muscle strength, and that has impacts on falls and balance and all sorts of different things. So just keeping ourselves strong and active is one of the key things in terms of helping our longevity and health later in life.
Yeah. Thank you for these amazing tips. Because I remember when I had this terrible back pain on my lower back, I remember that there was a time that I was not able to bend my body just in the morning to wash my face.
Yes,
and I was I was looking for the best position of my legs, where to put them to be able to wash my face. And it was crazy. And I started to do every morning exercises for back pain. And now I had check after 1.5 years, I don't feel this pain, so it definitely helped. But I didn't have after seeing the X-ray results, I didn't have better results much than before. So I was frustrated. What do I do wrongly? What should I change? Because I was focusing on something, but I think I didn't do the exercises properly. So it's better to always talk to specialists and to have guided lessons, I guess.
It certainly is in a lot of cases to go and see a professional, whether that's a physiotherapist or one of the other medical professionals, or say a professional fitness instructor or a Pilates teacher. So get that professional advice so you can work on the correct exercises and activities that you need to be doing. Sometimes X-rays and scans are a little bit misleading. So we have to take them in context with the symptoms that people are getting. Sometimes there's studies in the medical world about people who've had MRI scans there's nothing shown on MRI scans in, say, the lower back, but this person is getting severe pains in their back or in their legs and things, but their scan's clear. And say some cases, people are pain-free, but you look at their scans and they go, oh my God, there's all sorts of alarming things there. There's disc bulges and there's wear and tear and all sorts of things, but they're not getting any symptoms. So we have to sort of look at the clinical picture, the symptoms that people are getting, and look at the investigations as well, and just make sure that we're reading things correctly.
Uh-huh. When somebody has like in a more mature stage, let's say of age, and when they have arthrosis, for example, the people can they get rid of it if it's possible, even, or can they slower the process of the other parts getting older? Or
yes, it usually is a case of managing symptoms like osteoarthritis, which is the natural wear and tear of joint surfaces and of muscles and the tissues around the joints. So it is a case of trying to protect those joints as best you can, keeping the joint moving, keeping the muscle strong around it. There's all sorts of other factors that can help as well, from your nutrition, your hydration are all critical in terms of helping the body to repair itself, to regenerate some of the tissues, and help to boost the protection, if you like, of our joints, really. So there's lots of elements that we can do that can offset the effects of things like osteoarthritis and natural wear and tear as we get older.
When we speak about, when you just mentioned nutrition, what should we focus on regarding nutrition? What should we eat more often to get our spine and back more healthy?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we want to be eating an anti-inflammatory kind of diet, really. So we want to be keeping the sugar content low, because that has an impact on our gut, on our bacteria in our gut, and can lead to inflammation in the body if we're having too high a sugar content. So keeping sugar content low is really important. Having a good variety of natural products, avoiding those processed foods. So eating more natural, healthy, products, whether that is plant-based. I don't know if you're familiar with the Zoe study, but they recommend that we should be having a good variety of plants, up to 30 different plants a week in our diet. So we're getting, sort of plant might be, a vegetable or fruit, or it might be seeds or legumes, beans and peas, all those kinds of things, really. So having that good variety of fresh products, avoiding the processed foods, so that those are the sorts of things that I have conversations with my clients about, if we are trying to manage the arthritic pains or their health generally. Really, we'll often talk about their diets, their hydration, whether they have other habits. Alcohol, all those kinds of things can have an impact on people's health.
Yeah, thank you for it, because nutrition also it gives us fuel to our body, and also to this healthy spine.
No, absolutely. No, this is it. I mean, this is our fuel, and obviously the better quality food that we eat and we put into our bodies, the better our bodies are going to be for that fuel. If you're putting 2-star fuel into a 4-star petrol car, it's not going to go very well. And it's the same with our bodies. If we don't put the right fuel in, we're not going to get the right output, and we're not going to get the quality of life that we hope for, to be honest.
So what do you personally focus on regarding food and nutrition? What do you like to eat during the week?
Well, I now order the food boxes, and I tend to avoid wheat products. So I tend to have a gluten-free diet as much as I can. And yeah, again, it's having that variety of fresh produce. The food boxes often have lots of herbs in them, lots of fresh vegetables. I'll eat chicken and fish. Usually I don't have too much red meat as part of my diet usually. So most of the time during the week at work, I'll make my own salad. So I'll have the salad leaves and tomatoes. I'll cook myself some chicken usually. And I'll have natural yogurts and add fresh fruit to it and things like that. So yes, I'm fairly disciplined with my nutrition most of the time, and try and avoid that processed food. Yeah, I went through the Zoe sort of study for quite some time, and that was really interesting to understand how my body handles food, because part of the process right at the beginning they analyze how well your body copes with sugars, how quickly it breaks the sugars down, how quickly we break down any fats and things that we take into our body. So that was really, really helpful and kind of enlightening really as to how my body handled those different things. And I did change one or two things as a result of going through that program, and started to incorporate much more, as I say, in terms of the fresh vegetables and fruit and nuts and everything else into my diet really.
All right, thank you very much for this. Regarding the back, we mentioned we were discussing the neck pain and the back pain. So maybe let's start first with the neck pain, because it's connected also with the. So how to prevent a neck pain and also the problems around the shoulders.
Yes, yeah, we obviously talked earlier about posture and sitting correctly. So if we are sitting, we want to be, sitting on a nice supportive chair. So hopefully you've got a good office chair that you're sitting on. It's got some back support. You're keeping your lower back against the seat with a nice inward curve. We should have a nice inward curve or lordosis at the base of our spine. That sets the spine and the head in a better alignment. If we're slumped and rounded, then our head sit forward. I have to crank my head back forwards to see the screen and everything. So if I sit well from the base of my spine, then it puts my head and neck in a much better alignment, and that takes the stress off the muscles and off the joints and the ligaments really. So sitting well from the base of your spine and the chair is one of the key things that will help you with that. And then obviously we talked about things like computer screens and heights of computer screens, having that screen. So if you're working on screens a lot, and having the screen at the correct height, so the top of the screen should be about eye level. And yes, if you're working on say a laptop, you probably ideally want to have that mounted on a stand, so the screen can be at the right level, and then you may have to have a kind of separate kind of keyboard and mouse and things like that. Really, that you
so
can.
Is this the best mouse we should or it's
certainly
for the wrist?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly adequate. Yes, I mean, there are some very sophisticated mouses out there which are better for wrists, but it depends how much work you're doing on a computer. Yes, it may be that you do need a more ergonomic mouse, a more tailored designed mouse to prevent any wrist and arm problems, and likewise a keyboard as well. But
problems with wrists when we are using too much mouse, but not the best one, for example, not the ergonomic one. Can they also cause us not only the problems with the wrist, but also with the neck or with some other part of the back?
No, that's right. Yes, no, often we find that it all stems from the neck, and we then start to get the symptoms down in our arm and into our hands. And so you say it's tracing back through the body as to where that root cause is, that underlying cause. And as I say, often I find it is coming from the neck, and we start to then talk about computer screens and keyboards and seating and all those kinds of things to try and prevent and improve the postures when people are working at a desk a lot.
Okay, you were also mentioning this the height of the computer. So it should be like what height? Is it like the So probably
So
my
the
computer
top
also
of
is
your
like,
screen,
uh-huh.
top of your screen should be about eye level. So
Okay.
yeah, so you might
So
have to
probably a
adjust
little
your.
bit like this.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yes,
I
yes,
will improve my sitting.
yeah, that's right.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
then you bend your head, right, when you want, when you are doing when
That's
it's
right.
lower.
Yeah, no, often people are using laptops, and they've got the laptop sitting on the desk so that they're looking down at the screen, they're looking down at the keyboard, and your head. How much did your head weigh, Jana? Any idea? Give me a number in kilos.
4 kilo.
Pretty good, actually. It's probably about 5 kilos,
Okay.
about 10 pounds if you're in the UK, but about 5 kilos. So it's quite a heavy weight. So if you move that head forwards just a few
Yeah.
degrees from its upright position, all the stress and all the strain is now on all these muscles down here. And if you keep your head in that position as you look down and at your keyboard and keep typing, or you're looking at your screen, and if you did that for 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 8 hours, those neck muscles are going to be on fire by the end of the day. They're just going to be working so hard because they're not designed to be worked constantly like that for, yes, multiple hours. So they get really, really painful and they get really tight. And that's where people then end up coming to see me with these chronic neck problems, because they've had their head in a position where it's not designed to be for long periods of time, and that leads to that muscle pain and that muscle tension. So by
Yeah.
bringing your screen up to the right height, hands on a keyboard, then your head is in a much better alignment. That sort of 5 kilo weight of your head is sitting on its spine. So the weight of your head is taken through the spinal joints. And the muscles don't have to work as hard. There's a little bit of support work to keep your head there, but they're not having to hold your head in that posture to stop it falling completely onto your chest, really. So getting that screen at the right height is critical, and that will alleviate a lot of neck problems for lots of people. One of the things we found during COVID, when people all of a sudden were working at home, they didn't have their desk computers, they didn't have their desk heights, they didn't have their desk chairs and things that they would normally sit at, and they were sitting at home on whatever furniture they had. So people sitting on their sofas with a laptop on their knee. So we started seeing during COVID and post-COVID lots of people coming in with neck and back problems because of what the positions that they'd ended up sitting in for long periods of time at home working, because they didn't have the correct setup and balance of position really that they needed.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that also, because majority also of my time I'm working from home and I'm sitting on actually this chair, because it's like
Yeah.
kitchen is part of the living room in my
Mm-hmm.
apartment. So I didn't want to aesthetically to put here different chair, but
Sure.
when I hear you, it's more than important, and
It
especially
is. No, it's a
yeah,
good investment.
yeah,
Yes, it's a
absolutely.
really good investment. Yes, as you say, if you work from home a lot, then it's worth investing. I know it might not look aesthetically pleasing, but it will save you a lot of money on physio bills and
Yeah.
yes,
And the back
no,
pain that
definitely.
is not worth it. Absolutely
No,
not.
it's not. It's not. No, it's no fun. As you mentioned, just to
Yeah,
wash your face at the sink,
yeah,
was so painful. And I hear that all the time from clients who,
yeah.
just can't do the basic things. They can't bend to put their shoes on or socks on, or
Yeah.
they
It's
just can't
crazy. I felt
function.
really like an old lady. We have in our family,
Mm.
we have a friend, she's 75, and she had in this time better back than or better condition of back than me
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
much
yeah,
younger age. And I was thinking, oh my God, I cannot continue like this, because it's like I don't know how many years younger than she is, and her
that's
back,
right.
her spine was in much better condition. So it
Mm-hmm.
was really
Yes.
crazy just to think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. No, exactly. And this is it. We have to think about our lifespan and our longevity. And I think we are probably a little bit guilty of thinking about the here and now. And yes, yeah, I'm fine now. I've not got any problems. But you say in 20, 30, 40 years' time, how is your back going to be then? Yeah, how is your neck going to be? Yes. So we need to do some things earlier in life, ideally, to help us with their quality of life later on, and
Absolutely,
improving our
absolutely.
longevity.
Absolutely. So definitely the computer should be like in the you mentioned the size, the chair, and also
Yeah.
nowadays they produce the tables which can also like move right from.
Yeah, we've got those sit-stand desks, those tables that you can adjust, so you can move from one position to the other. It's not a good idea to sit all day. It's not a good idea to stand all day. But if you can get a balance between those two positions, then that will definitely make a difference to your back and your neck. So you might stand for 45 minutes, an hour. And then you might sit down for an hour and just keep changing positions. So it's important if you have got one of those sit-stand desks, it's easier to move from one position to the other. So so you don't have to spend
Perfect.
ages reconfiguring your computer screen or your desk or whatever. It just you can click a button and change the position for you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We thought also to buy it to our mom because she had also problems with her back. So I think I will also buy it to myself when I hear your words.
Yeah, no, there's certain things that are a good investment. And say a good chair, a good desk, and usually a laptop stand. The three things that I regularly have conversations with clients about to help
so it's
them.
common also in UK that people.
It is. No, absolutely. No, it is. No, as you say, it's probably a daily conversation that I have with clients. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Every day. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's really...
No, every day we usually talk about work, what that looks like, whether they're driving to an office or they're at home, and like sort of what's your setup like? What's the desk like? What chair are you sitting on? Do you have a laptop stand? These are kind of typical questions that I will be asking my clients and getting understanding. We've talked about that initial consultation that I have with clients, so I get the picture of their lifestyle. Before I even look at them, before I examine them, we probably spend half of that initial 60-minute consultation talking about their lifestyle and the problems that they have and how they live, their hobbies, all sorts of different things.
Yeah, because in the lifestyle, there are patterns which you can observe. What are like not unhealthy patterns which they should change, right?
Yes. No. Absolutely. No. This is it. Whether it's work positions or sleeping patterns or other aspects of lifestyle. So all will have an impact on our bodies.
You mentioned sleeping patterns. What should a sleeping pattern look like to make a healthy back?
I mean, we should obviously be getting enough rest. Now that might be a block of sleep, or for some people it might be shorter periods of sleep. But normally the recommend is that we get probably 7 hours of quality sleep. So that's the important thing is the quality of the sleep. So doing things that help us to get that quality of deep sleep that we need. That's where our body will repair and heal. So we need that good deep sleep to help the repair processes, because lots of functions are going on in our body even when we're sleeping and resting. Lots of repair of our tissues and our body is going on while we sleep. So getting those 7 hours ideally of sleep every night is probably what we're aiming to get if we can.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think sleeping is something what many people can underestimate, that they don't realize that they recharge the energy, recharge the body. So that's why we need to focus also on this. And we spoke about the neck pain, how to prevent it with really great tips you mentioned and you shared. What about like back as a topic? How should we also do you have any tips how to get the back into shape?
Well, one of the things I often talk to patients about is movement and exercise, as we touched on earlier on. So even when people are working during the day, there's a little simple routine of exercise that they can do on a regular basis to prevent sort of muscles and joints getting too stiff and too tight. So I'll often go through some very simple exercises, from literally turning to look over one shoulder, to learn to look over the other shoulder. Yeah. So doing that 4 or 5 times each way. Yeah. Just tipping the head sideways, stretching all the muscles down the side of your neck, and then the other way. Yeah. Even things like shoulder circles, a circle round half a dozen times, that really releases a lot of tension up and around the neck, and roll back the other way. So you can just do a little routine. The other one, which is quite nice, so turn sideways, is a retraction exercise, where you pull the chin in, so you can use the fingers as a bit of a guide. So we ideally trying to glide the head horizontally on our neck. So say we tend to spend a lot of time with our chin poking forwards. So we want to try and bring our head back into a better position and better alignment. So that head retraction, as we call it, is a really nice exercise to reposition the head, to move the neck joints, and to release some of the tension in the muscles as well. So that's a very simple little neck routine that people can do. It just literally takes 2 or 3 minutes probably to run through that, and you can do that. And then obviously we want to be moving our lower back as well. So ideally we want people to get up during the day, so maybe every hour they're standing and moving. So they're walking around, or they're doing a few gentle exercises for the lower part of the back as well. So that's one of the other things that I recommend to a lot of my clients, and to people who are struggling with back problems, who do a lot of sitting, whether it's in a chair at work or at home, or have to do a lot of driving as part of their work. So even when they are driving or sitting, you can do some very simple exercises of just sitting up nice and tall, so creating an increased curve at the base of your spine, to then flattening it, so doing what we call a pelvic tilting movement. So I'm just rocking my pelvis backwards and forwards as I'm sitting here now, and we just create a little bit of movement through the lumbar spine, and that again will just get the joints to move, take some tension away from the muscles, and we can do half a dozen, 10 of those movements. I often tell people to stand up and just stand and extend their spine. So you can stand and just put your hands on the bottom of your back and just lean backwards. Just do 10 or so of those movements in a standing position, and that. Again, we'll stretch the spine. Our spine tends to be in a flexed position. We're kind of often sitting in a bent position. So we want to take our spine the opposite way. We want to extend it backwards and move it in that direction as well. So side bending, is the other thing, is just kind of taking your body down to one side, just stretching down sideways. And those again, three little simple movements that you can do that will help to prevent things getting too stiff and too tight in your back, and keep us moving.
I will take my dachshund on me, moment. Because she started to make also movement behind the table, so I wouldn't want her to disturb. So this is Rosé.
Okay, fantastic. Spaniel? She's Spaniel?
She's a Dachshund.
Dachshund. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Very cute. Very cute. Very lovely.
Dachshund, a little girl. So you mentioned that like every hour a little movement, or walking or something, stretching the body.
Yes. Yes.
So definitely that's the different lifestyle, not to sit Monday to Friday and then going to gym.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Yeah. No, as you say, it's just those little snippets of exercise on a regular basis during the day, just to change, our body position, change the stresses on our body, and that will make a huge difference to how people feel at the end of the day. We'll keep everything in a good place for everybody.
What about you? How do you move your body during the day? What do you do?
Well, I'm
Any
pretty
fun?
active anyway because I obviously spend a lot of time in my clinic. I do still quite a lot of hands-on clinical work with clients. So I'm moving bodies around. So I'm standing and moving and active with my body.
Thank you for sharing with us the tips. Is there anything else you would recommend regarding the daily habits and daily activities to start to implement in our everyday life?
hmm Yeah, I think a lot of it is around movement and exercise is one of the things. So yes, outside. People don't often take lunch breaks these days, so just having a break from a screen. If you spend a lot of time on your screen and sitting, then yes, maybe try and get outside if you can. Just go and have a lunch break, even if it's for 15, 20 minutes or so. Just get up, get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunlight. Yeah, have a little bit of exercise that way. So that's one of the things that I definitely would advocate and recommend to people. And say just making sure that people staying hydrated during the day, that they're drinking, lots of water,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, that they're keeping their body hydrated. We probably don't drink enough. I often talk to my clients. So any idea what the recommended amount of water we should be drinking every day is?
Yeah, well, it was said in the past that 2 liters, but I guess
Mm-hmm.
3 liters a day, right?
It is. It is for a woman, about 3 liters. Yeah,
Yeah.
men a little bit more than that, so maybe about 4 liters. Yes, yeah, and most people probably drink nowhere near that, that level of water. Yes, and
Yeah,
yeah,
actually,
we
yes.
probably need hydrate better than we do. So people are living in a hydrated state, which isn't good for our bodies longer term. So yes, it has a
Mm-hmm,
major
mm-hmm.
impact on our health and our well-being. So yeah, trying to make sure that you have water maybe on your desk in a bottle or whatever, and taking regular drinks of water during the day.
So 3 liters for women and 4 liters
Mhm.
for men. That's really
Yes,
a
yes.
huge difference because I remember from the past when I was younger, or that it was mentioned in the books and in theory that like 2 liters. And I remember that my
Mhm.
grandma,
Mhm.
she was having problems to drink even 2 liters, like even
Mm.
one
Mm.
liter, which was
Yeah,
really
yeah.
not much.
Yeah, no, people do find it difficult to drink that level of water for various reasons. But it is so important to how our body functions. Our bodies are effectively made up of water. There's yeah, high percentage of water in our cells, in our blood, in our bodies. So we need to keep adding to that water because we
Yeah,
lose
exactly.
water all the time. So yeah, we need to keep replacing it and topping it up on a regular basis.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So back to the back. There are like many things really what we should start in our everyday life to make the body, the back healthier.
hmm
Talking about nutrition, sleep, enough sleep, also the position of the computer, the proper
hmm
chair, the proper also table to make it in
Yes.
the best position, and exercises on a regular basis,
hmm
let's say
hmm
every hour, to move a bit or walk a bit. When somebody has already some, I don't know, problems with back, what should these people do
hmm
to make the back again healthy and to get it in a better condition?
hmm Yeah, I mean, I think the thing to do is if people are getting back pain or neck pain or any symptoms in their body is to go and see somebody professionally. So go and see a physiotherapist, an osteopath, yeah, and get an assessment, get some treatment if necessary, to help them. And yeah, get yeah, their back treated, and yeah, that will definitely help them to manage their back pain. Yeah, and hopefully, yeah, we'll get sort of the advice that we're talking about as well, and analysis of yeah, of their lifestyle and what they're doing to try and find the root causes of their issues and deal with those as well, and yeah, change their lifestyles potentially.
What about mental well-being? Also,
hmm
I mean, like I'm talking about the mindfulness,
Sure.
the state of mind.
Sure.
Do you have any tips how to, because if we see things more positively, openly, it also influences our health compared to
Sure.
when we
Sure.
tend to see things negatively. So do
Hmm.
you also have any, what do you think about this?
Yeah, there's a huge connection between the mind and body, and yeah, sometimes in chronic pain situations, which is where I'm starting to work a lot with clients, is that connection between mind and body, and the influence that our mind has on symptoms that we feel in our bodies, from things along the lines of back pain or shoulder pain, neck pains, or abdominal problems. People get a lot of pain with irritable bowel type of syndromes, headaches, all these kind of symptoms, these chronic pain symptoms, can all be influenced by our brain and the neural pathways that have been created over a period of time. And sometimes our bodies go into, and our brains go into protective mode, and we kind of overprotect ourselves, which isn't always good. So that mind and that body connection is so important. So often, we'll have conversations with people around about things that are causing stress or anxiety in their lives, and we'll try to understand what those are, and talk about some of the ways that we might be able to manage that. Whether, if I can't help them myself, I often will refer clients to see a therapist, for example, if they're dealing with a lot of anxiety issues or depression, those kinds of things. So I'll work with colleagues who have much greater knowledge and experience in that field. So I'll refer to those people. But certainly a positive mindset is something that is really important. And I say there are some things that I'll often talk to clients around to help them manage the kind of pains and symptoms that they're getting, and help them stay in a kind of positive mindset, really.
Do you have in your clinics also specialists for, I don't know, coaches or special psychotherapists, also these people?
We don't have psychotherapists in our clinic currently. It's something that I would love to have, a psychotherapist in my clinic. We currently don't have anybody, so I'll sort of refer to other colleagues locally, and signpost people to those kind of professionals if I think it's really important for them to get that kind of help. I had a lady quite recently. She came in to see me. She was getting a lot of back pain, struggling a lot with her back pain, and literally sat and I probably talked to her for probably about an hour, if not longer, just to understand her lifestyle and the stresses. And she told me a lot about her lifestyle, that her past, her childhood, as well as current issues that she was having. She was under huge amounts of stress, and feeling quite anxious about life in lots of different ways. And I realized that, yes, it wasn't me that she needed to help her. She needed some counselling and some psychological kind of support as well, really. And that these pain symptoms that you're getting were just her body's reaction to this. It was just her body creating pain to alert her to things that weren't right, that needed to be dealt with. And I referred her to a colleague, a counsellor. She's got the help that she needs now, and now she has no back pain. Her back pain is completely gone, and did within literally a session or two of seeing this counsellor, talking through some of the things that she was experiencing in her life, and some of the traumas that she'd had in her earlier life, and as a result now she's completely pain free, and living a much better life, much happier.
I would say that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, huge congratulations, because that's very
That's right.
well. Also, your thanks off also to you, because you recognized everything and you sent her to your specialist.
Yeah, no, this is it. It's recognizing when I can help, and if it's not my skill set, then I have trusted professionals that I can refer to around me, whether they're in my clinic sometimes or external to my clinic, that I can refer to if I'm not the person to help. In that case, I didn't feel that I was, that she could get much better benefit from seeing a counsellor and getting some help in that way.
Absolutely.
So
Because nowadays, I would say what is the common pattern I observe among like many people is not only majority of the day seating positions, working in front of the computer, but also second thing is higher level of stress. And the stress I also remember from when I really had more pain of the back, when it was like more painful. It was when I had more stress at work or in my life. So
yes.
we call it in Czech psychosomatický, that cycle. Well, it's connected with the mind a lot.
Yes.
If we suffer stress, then the back also suffers.
Yeah, no, that's right. And you say it's that mind-body connection that we were just talking about. Is that if you're stressed under a lot of pressure, then the body will sometimes tell you that in a different way, and often it is pain, and that pain might be in your stomach, it might be that your gut doesn't feel right, it might be in your back, it might be in your neck or your shoulders, it might cause headaches, but the underlying root cause of it is that stress and that anxiety, and it's recognizing that and then being able to hopefully deal with those stresses in some way, whether that is just getting outside, moving, exercise, getting into nature, doing some mindful reflections or visualizations, all those kinds of things, journaling, just putting things down in a journal about how you're feeling can often help. And I'll have those sorts of conversations with clients, like how do you feel about X? What impact is it having in your life? And just helping them to identify, as I did with the lady I mentioned a moment ago, that her past was maybe influencing how she was feeling at the moment, and the best ways of then dealing with it. There are different ways that we can help ourselves with sometimes guidance from other people to deal with those stressful situations.
The more I think, the more I listen to you, the more I realize how it's so much deeper when it's not only about some kind of back pain, but it's like everything is connected with everything. And also,
we're so interconnected. Yes, we're not isolated beings. We're not just a back. We're not just muscles. Everything connects. Everything is interconnected, and one thing will influence another. And the brain has a massive influence on the rest of our bodies. And so we have to look at as a whole, rather than just looking at our shoulder and the pain that we're getting there. And yes, we can see that the muscles are tense, and I can feel them, and they hurt when I press on them. But why is that? Why are you getting tension? Why are you getting problems there? Yes, is it that your computer isn't right? Is it because you suffered some trauma or whatever at some point in your life, and your body's now expressing it in a shoulder or a neck pain? And that's where that deep initial consultation comes in, where we spend a good hour looking at the person to begin with, and that process continues. Sometimes things will unfold as you're starting to treat clients. I recall another lady I saw. She came in to see me again with neck and back problems, and I kind of did my usual examination and my assessment, and we talked about things. And then as I got to know her, she started opening up a little bit more about her life, and some of the traumas that she'd suffered in her life. She was a police officer, and I think had been violently attacked on a couple of occasions and suffered various assaults and things. So that was all having, as well as the physical impact, had a mental impact on her as well, a psychological impact. And she had some other stresses in her life, her personal life as well, but which were impacting on her, creating stress and anxiety. And they, I think, were all contributing to the neck and the back problems that she came to see me about. But some had a physical element, but there was also that psychological element. So as I started to get to know her, she started to trust me, to started to discuss some of these things with me. I then started to talk to her about other therapists that might be able to help her deal with the stress, the anxiety, help her to relax. So she ended up going to see two of my colleagues who one is an aromatherapist, so she was able to do some massage with some nice essential oils and things to help her relax and switch off, which is what she needed. Other colleagues who do energy therapies and things like that as well. So I'm able to utilize the team around me in my clinic, which is great, as well as I say those external things, and just recognizing that we don't always take things at face value. We need to kind of dig a little deeper sometimes and find some of the underlying causes of people's back pains or neck pains or whatever pain it is. There's repeated headaches that you get during the week, and at the weekend you're fine, or when you go on holiday you don't have any symptoms, and it's like, okay, they start to ring a few bells. Okay, what's going on in your life Monday to Friday? Yes, and so then we start to pick up some of these other issues that are influences, and say some of the other stresses that are going on.
Because the body shows us all the time, but we probably don't listen to it or don't observe the signs.
Yes. There's an amazing book called The Body Keeps the Score. There's a Dutch author, forgotten his name. The body keeps the score. Is so true. It will show itself somehow or other.
The body keeps the score, or
the body keeps the score. Yes, that's right.
Okay, yeah, so, I'm writing it down.
That's right. Yes. Van der Bessel, I think his name is. Can't quite remember his full title, but yes, it's a very good book, and it's all about that mind-body connection, and the protective mechanism that our brain has to keep us safe, or to alert us to problems, or to things that are going on in our life that we maybe aren't recognizing, we aren't listening to the point where it then stops us. Whether that's severe pain or a headache or whatever, it just alerts us to things aren't right. I need some attention. You need to address this problem.
Yeah. It's good that you mentioned it. For example, when somebody has a headache, I don't know, Friday to Sunday, but Monday to Friday, she or he doesn't have it. So to observe what also happens during the weekend, that's really good.
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, no, you often see these patterns, and we talk to our clients about patterns that might happen over, say, a 24-hour period, but even a longer period like that. So that's one of the questions that I'll ask clients is, how is it? So in daylight time compared to night time or evening time, and you say, what happens Monday to Friday? How are you over the weekends? Or how was it when you were on your holiday last week? Oh, I was pain free. I was fine. Okay, maybe there's a connection there between you working 9 to 5 and the things that you do in your normal working week, as opposed to what, as you say, do at the weekends, or you do when you do on your holidays. That those headaches didn't appear. You didn't have any problems with headaches or any other symptom that you were getting during that kind of rest period.
What are your tips or advice to stay also mentally healthy and balanced? What should people do to feel more balanced life?
There are certain things that I do in my life that help me One is just getting outside and just connecting with nature. That helps to keep me relaxed. There's a local wood near me that I was going to regularly, and I would just spend 5 minutes and just breathe. There's a little enclave, a little circle of trees, and there's a few tree stumps. And I used to stand on one of those tree stumps. I would just close my eyes, and I would breathe. I'd just take some nice deep breaths, 4 or 5 deep breaths, and then just listen to what's around me. Just try and be present, just try and be grounded. So that's one of the things that I often recommend to people, is just get out into nature. Just even if it's just sit in a park and close your eyes, listen to the birds, listen to the sounds around you. Yeah, listen to the trees. Yeah, just kind of have that quiet time. So I think that's really important, that we have such busy lives. We're so active all the time that we build in a quiet time, whether that's at some point during the day or in the evening. We just switch our phones off. We switch all electronic devices off, and we just have that reflective time. I often do things like journaling, and just I have a gratitude journal. So every night I will write down the things that I'm grateful for that day, and try and think about the positive things that have gone in life. I know we're surrounded by bad news a lot. We switch our TVs on, we hear about the issues in Gaza or Ukraine, and we're bombarded every time we switch the news on, or social media with all the terrible things that are going on in the world. But there's some amazing things also happening that just don't get reported. So it's just trying to stay in that kind of positive mindset, and say being grateful for the things that we have. The fact that I live in a country that is safe. I've got food in my fridge, in my cupboards, and I've got electricity in the toilet, and all those kinds of things, really. And I can get medical care if I need it. So yes, I think being showing some gratitude for those things, I think is really important for us mentally. But
Paul, do you have any special routine for evening before you go to bed?
I mean, I kind of have different routines at different times of the day. So I have a morning kind of routine that I go through, and then an evening kind of routine. I do try to switch off my electronic devices, my phone and etc., and not spend too long in the evenings doing that. I say I have my gratitude diary, so I'll write that before I go to bed, and then I'll usually put on a little it's a short, about a 10 minute long relaxation and sleep audio, basically. So that usually I'll listen to that. I don't often hear much of it. I might hear the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm usually asleep at that point. So I have those things in the evening that help me unwind and just relax and say show some gratitude for what I have got. Yes.
Do you listen to some calm music before you go to bed, or on the opposite in the morning?
I do listen to a lot of music. It really depends on where I need to be. Like this morning, I knew we were talking, and I needed to up my energy levels a little bit. I didn't have as much energy as I wanted to this morning, so I have my playlist of motivational tunes, as I call them. So I play that, and jumped around a little bit this morning, just change my state, my energy level a little bit for our conversation this morning. So now I have playlists for to calm me down at some point. So I do commute quite a bit. I have about a 45-minute journey to and from work each day. So I'll sometimes play music. Sometimes if I'm on my way into work and again need to be up and have that energy for my clinic, for my clients, for my the colleagues that I work with, then I'll put on those motivational tunes and just sing along to some of those, and then maybe in the evening I'm just unwinding. I'll put some classical music on. I'll just put some calming things on, just to kind of soothe my brain a little bit and just switch off. So there's different playlists that I have for different things that I need at the time. Some of it, I can say, is just some chilling music.
Paul, you mentioned a very good thing, jumping. I remember it also from a course when I went to see Tony Robbins to UPW, that the jumping really influences us. How do we feel? And it immediately changes the state of how do we feel.
Right. Yeah.
How long do you how long do you need to jump to feel better?
Yeah, so I would this morning. I probably spent 2-3 minutes. So jumping, bouncing around, doing those sorts of things really. Tony Robbins is very much into that changing energy, changing states, moving our bodies, because it helps us learn. So he uses it as part of his learning process. In fact, I'm about to go to Cologne to do his Unleash the Power Within training course. Actually, I am going. I'm going to Cologne.
Amazing.
Yeah. So
I was thinking about it too. So if I manage, I will let you know. But
fine.
In October I'm going also away, so it's challenging with time, but enjoying it as much as possible. It'll be amazing.
Yes, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's about 2 weeks time. So we'll be in Cologne doing that, and just changing that energy level, changing that state. Doing a little bit more self-development and learning, basically.
When we speak about Tony Robbins, it's really incredible to see, because I remember when it was in Birmingham, when I was there 2 years ago in April. I thought, or maybe 3 years ago. If I'm not mistaken. No, 2 years.
2-3 years. That's right.
Yeah, there were like 12,000. Have you been there? Did you?
No, I haven't been to one of his courses live. I've done virtual training courses and things, but I haven't been to one of his live courses.
You will love it. Yeah, it's so different to online. I believe it's like so high energy. And I remember there were 12,000 people at the beginning when they wanted us to jump, and we would be jumping. But then the level of energy increased rapidly in the whole area. 12,000 people, and even those who didn't want to jump, they started to jump. It was really incredible to see the difference in their state of mind, how energized they started to be. It was crazy, amazing.
Yes, yeah. No, that's right. I've seen it, and have joined in online at home, and as you say, jumped around my study or whatever it may be, my bedroom and things, as I've gone through the course. And you do feel different. There's no doubt that the energy level raises, and your awareness raises significantly, actually. So you are just much more receptive to taking in information.
I didn't realize about
it's all about the oxygen and getting oxygen to the brain and things, right? Just boosting that oxygen to the brain, and
right.
Yeah, so that's part of what happens physiologically to us.
So few more questions regarding your lifestyle. So what brings you the biggest joy in your life?
Biggest joy in my life? My family do. They're so important to me. I've got 2 amazing grown-up kids now. My son, he's 28. And my daughter, she's 25. Both now living in London. They're both independent. Both getting on with their lives, which is great. Both enjoying their work and their careers, and very happy and settled. So they bring me lots of joy. So it's great to see them. I'm still fortunate to have my parents and my sister as well. So family is really, really important, and it's why I do the things that I do, and work as I do, in order to help us enjoy things and have amazing experiences. We've been fortunate to have some fantastic holidays over the years, and that's the other thing that I love is just discovering new things. I just said I'm going to Cologne. I don't know Germany very well. I had a short trip there as an athlete for kind of a long weekend. So I'm going to spend a bit of time in Berlin with some fellow warriors, I hope.
Oh my God, amazing! Who are you going to meet in Berlin?
So I'm hoping to meet Stephanie, who you had on your podcast a few weeks ago,
yes.
which is
Please
great.
send her a big hello from me.
I will. Yeah, no, I will. Yeah. So I'm going to see, hopefully Stephanie, and Parry is in Berlin as well. And I think Marcelo, and
Marcelo also, I know, I remember from
yes,
Spain.
yes, yes. Okay, yes. So hopefully he'll meet us. And Gilberto, I think, is going to be there as well. He's going to come in from Switzerland. So looking forward to seeing him. And any other warriors who might be in and around Berlin or
amazing.
Cologne. And there's quite a few of us from Warrior Camp that we did together in Spain, who are going to be in Cologne at Tony Robbins EWP. So I'm looking forward to meeting up with them as well.
Please send them a huge hello from me. Big greetings.
I will. Yes, I will.
So, what helps you? What helps you to prevent stress in your life?
Well, the things that we've talked about, exercise is really important for me. As I say, I've loved exercise from a young child, and I think it's only now I'm understanding how important it is to me for my physical well-being, but also my mental well-being. I don't think I understood as a school boy or through college how it helped to reduce the stress and tensions that I was around exams and all those other things in life as you're growing up. It was just something that I did. But I'm now understanding, yes, more, having maybe had periods of time where I haven't exercised to the level and the extent that I did as a teenager, that is a really important stress relief for me, and makes me feel much better to go out and exercise. So I love to ride. I love swimming. Just walking as well, just getting outside and walking. Mentioned the forest in order to prepare for Warrior Camp, because you need to prepare for it, for our trek. So I would go out and walk in the wood that I was telling you, where I go to do my relaxation. That was part of my walk at the end of it. So yeah, I love to walk and exercise. That's definitely one way I cope with stress. I've realized, realizing how important it is now to me to do that. Music is the other way. Helping, just change that state, as we were just talking about, just maybe putting on some nice quiet classical kind of music, and just relaxing to do that.
Thank you for those tips, because I believe that also this can also get great inspiration to people. What we are sharing about your daily routine, and also your lifestyle, and these bits of parts of your life. Do you prefer? And now, short questions. Do you prefer more coffee or tea when you drink?
I don't drink either, usually, to be honest. No, it's pretty rare. I might have a herbal tea now and again, the odd coffee, but yeah, I probably can count on one hand how many cups of tea or coffee I've had this year, probably, to be honest.
Wow! I think you are the first person who I met with this answer. Wow!
No, I think that comes back from my my athletics background. And I avoided things because teas, coffees are diuretics, so they dehydrate us. So that was one thing I was really conscious of as a young athlete, was staying hydrated, and therefore I tended to avoid the teas and coffees and the stimulation from those things as well. As a young athlete, we're drug tested often. I know caffeine is a weak stimulant, but if you have too much coffee, you can fall foul of drug testing and things like that. So that was one other reason, I think, that I chose not to drink it too much.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very well. Wow. Great inspiration. What's your guilty pleasure? Do you have any guilty pleasures? It seems that no.
Yes, I'm far too clean and good living, but food is probably one of the guilty pleasures. I do like chocolate, and I probably, if I eat chocolate now, I try to eat dark chocolate and high quality, high percentage cocoa chocolate if I'm going to have some chocolate. But that is probably my treat. I'll allow myself in the evenings. Yes, when the kids were younger, I used to create what I call a dessert special for them. And the real reason was to get some fruit inside them usually. So I would maybe chop up some fruit, banana, apples or whatever. And then we'd maybe have a little bit of ice cream, but then there'd be a treat with a bit of chocolate grated on the top or something like that. So I still do that for myself now, actually.
It's actually healthy
Just
because,
great.
you know,
It is, yes.
since
No, that's
Warrior
right.
Camp, do you remember the commitments what we gave to each other? Well, they gave to us. One of my commitments was to reduce sugar as much as possible because I really love chocolate, especially the milk chocolate or
Yes,
hazelnut. Oh my
yes.
God. I just can't have it in front of me because then there is no chocolate
Okay.
anymore. So,
No.
but
That's
this is a really
Yes.
healthy dessert what you are sharing because I also I love like thinking about sweet food because it crossed my I don't know mind. So I was trying to find a healthy way how to eat sugar without eating sugar. So for
Yes.
example, that my mind thinks I'm eating.
Yeah, sugar's addictive. We're addicted to sugar as a
Yeah.
nation, and that's going to cause us massive problems. There's so
Yeah.
much obesity in the world now,
Yeah.
and it's down to a lot of the sugar content of our processed food, and also, as you say, chocolate and other things that are so easy to get hold of, and to eat and taste great, and just stimulate us to keep eating more and more. Yes.
You mentioned the fruit covered with the dark chocolate, and that I feel
That's right.
it's healthy snack actually.
Yeah, no, that's right. I kind of convinced myself that it is.
Yeah, me too.
No, that's right. No, so I'll have the the fruit, and it's usually with a natural yogurt these days rather than the ice cream. But I'll usually allow myself a couple of squares of dark chocolate, for example. I'll chop into little bits, I'll grate it, and that will go on top of my dessert. I might sprinkle on some nuts and some seeds and things like that. So that's one of my guilty pleasures. I like a glass of wine every so often. I do enjoy a glass of wine.
Okay.
But they're probably my kind of guilty pleasures, really, I suppose.
And that sounds still like really good and also healthy because a little bit of wine
Yes.
also I think a little bit of everything is okay. We need to find the
No,
balance.
that's right. Absolutely. No, we've got to have those pleasures. We've got to have those pleasures, but find the balance. Too much of them. Then that is going to cause the health problems that we talked about. The people who are overweight, that can then lead to the diabetes and other health issues, heart problems and things. So it's getting that balance, and making sure that we eat the healthy things as well as the treats every now and again.
Well, before we close, is there any message you would like to share with people or with anybody who is listening or watching today's episode?
No, I think we have a responsibility to look after ourselves. Yes, I don't know what the healthcare system's like where you are in Czech, but in the UK, the health system is struggling, and there are a lot of challenges around the health system. So the more we can help ourselves, I think the better. Whether that's improving our desk setup, looking at our diet and our nutrition, looking at hydration, making sure that we get adequate sleep, and just look after our mental health as well with some of the things that we've talked about. I think, the more we can be proactive about helping ourselves, then I think as a nation and as a world, we're going to be in a much better place if we can do that.
Paul, thank you very much for your amazing tips, for your time, for being here in podcast, and really thank you for amazing inspiration.
Well, thank you. No, it's been a pleasure. No, I've enjoyed our conversation. So thank you very much. Thank you.
So wish you a wonderful day, and thank you one more time. And
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, I also thank you for watching and listening to today's episode and following Jana Talk podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to share with your friends who might need to get more inspiration and insights about how to prevent back pain, how to live a more balanced life. Because what Paul was mentioning, the tips and advice, they are really, really worth it to hear and to start to apply in our everyday life. So thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time, next week, next Sunday, and wish you a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.